Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Trump says anti-Tesla protesters will face harsh consequences. Trump cuts over 1,300 jobs in education department. Trump administration faces immigration surge, ICE arrests thousands. New report shows immigration was the only factor behind U.S. population increase. Trump's steel tariffs lead Canada to impose $30 billion in retaliatory tariffs. U.S. and Russian intelligence leaders discuss regular contacts for global stability. Governor Hochul announces start of $8.8 million road improvement project in Oneida County. Greenland's election victory sparks debate on independence from Denmark. Rodrigo Duterte taken into ICC custody after arrival in the Netherlands. Train hijack in Pakistan ends with 21 security forces and 30 militants dead. Tiger Woods' legendary career to be adapted into film with Obama's Higher Ground leading production. And Bangladesh cricket veteran Mahmudullah Riyad announces retirement from international cricket. You were listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Donald Trump said people protesting against Tesla should be called domestic terrorists. He spoke at a White House event where he promoted Tesla and sat in a new red Model S with Elon Musk. Trump said he planned to buy the car but would not drive it. Protesters targeted Tesla in recent weeks, blaming Musk for deep spending cuts in the Trump administration. Some protests were peaceful, but others turned violent, with fires set at Tesla showrooms. Trump said those attacking Tesla would go through hell. A White House spokesperson later confirmed that Trump would officially label them as domestic terrorists. Tesla's stock price fell 15% earlier this week before recovering slightly. Analysts said sales in Europe and China dropped sharply. UBS warned that Tesla's new deliveries could be lower than expected this year. Musk is leading major government budget cuts as head of the Department of Government Efficiency. Trump has also rolled back electric vehicle policies, including removing a rule that aimed for half of U.S. car sales to be electric by 2030. Investors worry Trump's tariffs may hurt Tesla's profits in the future. The Trump administration slashed the U.S. Department of Education's workforce by over 1,300 employees, reducing the department's staff from 4,133 to around 2,100. The layoffs occurred in a single day, with most employees notified via email. Education Secretary Linda McMahon stated that essential programs, including student loans and pilgrims would continue without disruption. Civil rights enforcement faced major cuts, with regional offices in New York, San Francisco, and Boston severely reduced or closed. The cuts followed recent actions such as investigating universities for alleged anti-Semitic discrimination and cutting funding to Columbia University. Trump defended the layoffs, stating the department had many underperforming employees. The cuts reflect Trump's campaign promise to abolish the department, although constitutional experts note this would require Congress approval. The administration is reportedly moving the department's functions to other agencies, including the Department of Justice and the Department of Health and Human Services. The Department of Homeland Security said its immigrant detention centers were full, holding about 47,600 people. Officials worked with other agencies to find more space and asked Congress for more funding. Between January 20 and March 10, 2025, Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested 32,809 people. Among them, 14,111 were convicted criminals, 9,980 had pending charges, and 8,718 violated immigration laws. ICE also arrested 1,155 suspected gang members and 39 people linked to terrorism. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons said arrests would continue to increase. "We are removing criminals and stopping illegal immigration," he said. On March 10, DHS did not say how many people had been deported. Reports showed that in February, Trump's administration deported fewer people than the Biden administration did in the same month last year. White House border czar Tom Homan met lawmakers and criticized sanctuary cities for not helping ICE. He warned that more agents would be sent to those areas. "If you don't let us in jails, we will make more arrests in communities," he said. A new report showed that all U.S. population growth in 2022-23 happened due to immigration, not births. This was the first time since 1850 that immigration was the sole driver of growth, according to the Migration Policy Institute. Between 2022 and 2023, the immigrant population increased by 1.6 million, reaching a record for 47.8 million. This was the 3.6% rise, the fastest yearly growth since 2010. However, the foreign-born share of the U.S. population stood at 14.3%, slightly below the 14.8% recorded in 1890. At the same time, U.S. birth rates dropped 2% in 2023, reaching an all-time low with 54.5 births per thousand women aged 15 to 44. The Trump administration has been changing immigration policies, focusing on reducing illegal immigration and adjusting some legal pathways. The government expects further policy shifts in the coming months as it continues tightening border control and reforming immigration laws. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Canada announced retaliatory tariffs on nearly $30 billion worth of U.S. imports after U.S. steel and aluminum tariffs took effect. The Canadian government implemented 25% tariffs on U.S. goods, including steel, computers, and sports equipment, following U.S. President Trump's February decision to impose tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. Trump's tariffs triggered global responses, including similar measures from the European Union, which imposed tariffs on American goods such as motorcycles and whiskey, totaling $28 billion. Trump had previously doubled tariffs against Canada, but the White House later removed the measure after Canada postponed an electricity tariff. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum announced that Mexico would wait until April 2nd to decide on its response. Despite the backlash, Trump defended the tariffs, claiming they were essential for rebuilding the U.S. economy. He downplayed concerns about a potential recession, insisting his policies would benefit the country in the long run. As tensions continue, global leaders, including Canada's Melanie Joly and EU's Ursula von der Leyen, criticized the tariffs, calling them harmful to business and the economy. CIA Director John Ratcliffe and Russian spy chief Sergei Naryshkin held their first phone call in over 2 years, marking a significant step in improving U.S.-Russia relations. The conversation took place on Tuesday, with both officials agreeing to maintain regular contact to reduce tensions and contribute to international security. This contact came after President Trump began his second term, focusing on ending the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The call occurred on the same day Ukraine agreed to a U.S. proposal for a 30-day ceasefire and committed to immediate talks with Russia and Saudi Arabia. These discussions represent a potential shift in diplomatic efforts. The last reported phone call between the CIA and SVR heads occurred in November 2022 when Naryshkin spoke with then CIA Director William Burns in Turkey. Moving forward, both intelligence agencies plan to keep in touch to stabilize relations. Governor Kathy Hochul announced the commencement of an $8.8 million road rehabilitation project in the village of Clinton, Oneida County. This project aims to improve road surfaces along State Roads 12B and 412, benefiting both motorists and pedestrians. It includes restoring the pavement, adding sidewalks, and upgrading traffic signals to enhance safety and mobility. The project will also improve connectivity, especially for pedestrians, by adding sidewalks south of the village and connecting the business district to shopping areas in the town of Kirkland. The rehabilitation work started with utility and pre-construction activities, and major construction is expected to begin in the spring, with completion targeted for summer 2026. The intersection at State Road 12B and College Street will be closed for about 4 weeks, starting July 7th, with signed detours in place. The project is funded by federal and state funds with additional support from local resources. Now it's time for global updates. Greenland's parliamentary elections produced a surprising result when the center-right Democratic Party won the most votes. The party, which supports gradual independence from Denmark, upset established parties that have governed the territory for years. The second-place party, Naleraq, is more aggressively pro-independence. Democrats' victory indicated that many Greenlanders care about social issues such as healthcare, education, and cultural heritage. Party leader Jens Frederik Nielsen expressed his surprise at the result, stating it was a historic moment for Greenland. The party now plans to negotiate with others to shape Greenland's future political course. The elections were held in the midst of heightened attention from U.S. President Trump, who has expressed interest in controlling Greenland. While the territory is a self-governing region of Denmark, its strategic location and mineral resources have drawn global attention. The outcome will influence Greenland's ongoing debate on independence, with negotiations expected on forming a government. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte arrived in the Netherlands, where he was immediately taken into the custody of the International Criminal Court. Duterte, 79 years old, was arrested in Manila and flown to Rotterdam. Upon arrival, medical assistance was provided in line with standard procedures. He faces charges related to overseeing death squads during his brutal war on drugs, which resulted in the deaths of thousands of civilians. Duterte's arrest is historic as he becomes the first former leader of an Asian country to face an ICC arrest warrant. Victims' families and human rights organizations have expressed hope that this marks the beginning of justice for those affected by the killings, while Duterte's supporters argue that the ICC no longer has jurisdiction due to the Philippines' 2019 withdrawal from the Rome Statute. The court has asserted it retains jurisdiction for crimes committed before the withdrawal. Duterte is expected to appear before a judge in the coming days. A standoff ended in Pakistan after security forces freed most of the hostages held by separatist militants who hijacked a train in the southwest. The attack, which took place near Bolan in Balochistan, left 30 militants dead and 21 security personnel killed. The train traveling from Quetta to Peshawar was hijacked after militants blew up the tracks, immobilizing the train. They held around 250 passengers hostage and used them as human shields. No civilians were killed, but the 21 security officers aboard the train were among those who died. Militants from the Baloch Liberation Army (BLA), which has led insurgencies in the region, claimed responsibility for the attack. Authorities rescued 190 passengers on the first day, with more freed the next day. The BLA demanded the release of jailed militants in exchange for the hostages. Balochistan region resources has seen years of insurgency, and the BLA regularly targets both military forces and civilians. Pakistan rejected prisoner swaps, and the attack is the first train hijacking by the BLA. The government has vowed to continue its efforts to secure the region. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. A biopic about golf legend Tiger Woods is in the works, with Amazon MGM Studios acquiring the film rights to Kevin Cook's book The Tiger Slam, the inside story of the greatest golf ever played. Reinaldo Marcus Green, known for directing King Richard, will direct the movie, focusing on Woods' journey from child prodigy to one of golf's greatest players. The Obamas production company Higher Ground is in talks to produce the film, alongside veteran producer Irwin Winkler, who is known for Rocky and Creed. The film will highlight Woods' rise to fame, including his historic Tiger Slam, where he won 4 consecutive majors between 2000 and 2001. It will also explore his struggles, such as injuries that have recently sidelined him, including his latest Achilles tendon surgery, which will cause him to miss the Masters for only the 5th time since his debut in 1995. If Higher Ground officially produces the film, it will add to their growing portfolio of sports projects. The Obamas company has also produced several basketball-themed shows and Oscar-nominated films. Bangladesh cricket veteran Mahmudullah Riyad has announced his retirement from international cricket. In a post on his official Facebook account, he wrote, "All praises only for the Almighty Allah. I have decided to retire from international cricket." The announcement came after Mahmudullah opted out of the Bangladesh Cricket Board's central contract for 2025. The 37-year-old had retired from Test cricket in 2021 and ended his T20 international career in October 2024 following the Tigers' India tour. Mahmudullah, who has scored 11,047 runs in international cricket, thanked his teammates, coaches and fans for their constant support. He expressed gratitude to his family, especially his father-in-law and brother Imdadullah, who had been his mentor throughout his career. Reflecting on his retirement, Mahmudullah acknowledged the ups and downs, saying, "Not everything comes to an end in a perfect way, but you say yes and move forward." He wished the best for his team and Bangladesh cricket in the future. His retirement follows a disappointing Champions Trophy 2025, where both he and Mushfiqur Rahim faced pressure due to their underwhelming performances. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,051.64. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 0.49 points or 0.00%. Tokyo stock close price is 36,819.09. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 25.98 points or 0.07%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,371.92. The Shanghai index decreased by 7.90 points or 0.23%. Hong Kong stock close price is 23,600.31. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 181.83 points or 0.76%. Bombay stock close price is 74,029.76. The Sensex index is decreased by 72.56 points or 0.10%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Trump says anti-Tesla protesters will face harsh consequences. Trump cuts over 1,300 jobs in education department. Trump administration faces immigration surge, ICE arrests thousands. New report shows immigration was the only factor behind US population increase. Trump's steel tariffs lead Canada to impose $30 billion in retaliatory tariffs. US and Russian intelligence leaders discuss regular contacts for global stability. Governor Hochul announces start of $8.8 million road improvement project in Oneida County. Greenland's election victory sparks debate on independence from Denmark. Rodrigo Duterte taken into ICC custody after arrival in the Netherlands. Train hijack in Pakistan ends with 21 security forces and 30 militants dead. Tiger Woods' legendary career to be adapted into film with Obama's Higher Ground leading production. And Bangladesh cricket veteran Mahmudullah Riyad announces retirement from international cricket. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.